that, and getting rid of the vast majority of people upon the earth. It's well over 90%. I just did the math recently, and the closest I could come to was somewhere in the neighborhood of 93. It's between 93 and 94% of the population, based on the population of the earth being 7.5 million people. So they want to get rid of at least 93% of the people, based on that 7.5 billion people on the face of the earth now. So you tell me how they're going to do it. You think they're not hitting roadblocks right now? Because this is what they've got. When they see what's going on in France is going to start happening all over the world, and see how they relented, the evildoers, they're not going to raise it. We're not taking a jab in the arm. We're already hemorrhaging here. You're going to kill us with this gas tax. That's what these people are revolting about in France. Good, another French Revolution. Without the violence, I'm all for it. I'm not into violence. I don't want to cut anybody's head off. Live and let live. But, stop being evil. Stop being evil. It's as simple as that. Stop colluding. We got to get to the bottom of things. Employers complain. When the Labor Department gives a commensurate cost of living adjustment, complain. Let's get to the bottom of this. Let's see where's the price fixing happening. Where's the inflation happening? What's the illusion going on here? It's not hard to figure out, folks. Just take housing, for example. Take all the special interest groups that have an interest in your housing costs going up. Let's start with the government. Okay, the government, we all know about property taxes. So it's based on a percentage. So do you see the incentive is clear as light of day? So we're not going to, there no more needs to be said about why the government would be involved in raising, wanting, at least just with a wink and a nod, silently going along with, higher housing costs being a good thing. Oh, it's the value of your house went up. Don't think of it as burden. Don't think of it as the cost that's passed on, your rent going up and your mortgage is going up. No. We'll tell you how to think about it. It's a good thing. The value, your equity, it went up, so it's a good thing. That the poor that can't afford it, they got to go on food stamps now because their rent went up $50 and they're trying to survive here, and there's no more money left in the Section 8 housing. But hey, all the immigrants of the world, you're mean. You're not compassionate. You let the refugees, they're poor people. Gangs are picking on them, and they can't get ahead down in their native homelands. Oh, we don't need to help them down there. No, they should come to America, and you should help them and give them housing and food stamps. And that's what we should do if you're a good American. It's a land of immigrants. But all those native sons and daughters that were born native citizens in America, okay, you know what? They're weak. Let them die. They made their bed, let them lie in it. They're drug addicts. They're lazy people and drunks, and they're crapping on your sidewalk. So we need to persecute these people. They just need to go away and just divorce yourself from them. Don't care about them. And so many people do this, and they go to church on Sunday, and they're at the city council meeting the next day and persecuting the homeless, but they won't recite Jesus' teaching about how, whatever you do or fail to do for the least of men, you do or fail to do for me, and pointing out that literally the way God wants us to see this thing is that the least of men, these homeless people that are going to die out in the cold tonight, are Jesus Christ. So this is how they treat Jesus Christ, and then they think they're going to be able to successfully stand before their maker someday and give account for who they are and why they are the way they are and their belief systems. And, that was passionate, man. Hey, we got to do something to these homeless, man. They're crapping on our sidewalks, and they're sleeping in the park, and they're causing trouble. They're panhandling, and they're just the dregs of society. Can't somebody do something? Can't we just put these people away, out of sight, out of mind somewhere? I mean, shouldn't they be in jail or a nut house? Or, Reagan dumped the nut houses, so, save a few bucks. Not thinking that these aren't criminals. If they were criminals, they'd be costing taxpayers $50,000 per year per inmate. They're trying this murderer clown here in California, and they estimate that it's going to cost the taxpayers $20 million to execute this prosecution, this guy. So can you imagine $20 million? So all you people that are opposed to getting this cat skinned any way we can, and if that means a basic income is just an extension of Social Security, so 18 on up, man, don't worry. You leave the nest, you don't have to worry about paying your basic bills, okay? You're not going to ever face that fear, that insecurity, that lack of freedom from worrying about paying your cost of living tax. Oh no, it's yours because it's a thus saith the Lord thing. It transcends all political bullshit, BS, okay, all that crap. Okay, economic, social crap. No. Thus saith the Lord that you have a right to share in this earth's goodies. Do you understand? That's it. So don't, everybody that thinks they're an economic expert out there and they just tell you how bad and how stupid liberals are and socialists and just they're communists and they're just, mentally ill people and God knows where they came from that happened in a vacuum and, guys like me, I don't know, I'm, idealistic, no way, and no. We got to fix this with creating jobs and tariffs and, we're going to get higher wages and all this crap. It's never going to happen. Okay? We're in it really deep, and we need really major help from on high to fix these problems. Okay? So this planet rightfully belongs to all of us. That is God's point of view. There's no ifs, ands, or buts, equivocation. I'm very 100% comfortable standing before God, believing that till the day I'm dead. Okay? That's how you find freedom. People need to start being born free. Okay, that's it. And the justification, the basis, the logic, the reasoning behind that statement is clear. This is God's planet. We're all God's children. We all have a right to share in the earth's goodies, the resources, which means that if we were sharing in it, we'd all be born rich. So Victor Hugo's saying, as we don't have to worry about that paradox. It's no longer a paradox. We have a level playing field from birth. We're all born with a silver spoon in our mouth. And our godly instincts kick in to want to give back. Look at all the volunteerism even today with people who have these costs of living. They want to volunteer. They want to get King Solomon. What did King Solomon say? Okay, it's a privilege to serve people. I love it. A man can find nothing more rewarding, nothing more gratifying in his whole life under his few days under the sun, like King Solomon so poetically and eloquently stated it, than to serve his fellow man. So you think the world handed to you on a silver platter from birth? That you're not going to have a burning desire to serve that wild horses couldn't drag you away from? Well, you're wrong. You will if you give people a taste of that paradigm. We've been going the opposite direction my whole life. The assassination of JFK, the opposite direction. Then we got idiot commentators like Bill Kristol out there. Oh, we got to keep the cocky minimum wage workers in line, and we got to ship in all these immigrants and. They're just weak. I mean, they just need to take 2 jobs, 3 jobs, and accept that the nut just keeps getting harder to crack, that the bar just keeps getting harder to reach. And you're anti-American, anti-capitalistic if you don't believe what I believe about that. You understand? I mean, I'm done playing tiddlywinks with idiots, okay? You don't, if you won't expand on what you're saying, qualify and quantify your statements, when you make these derogatory blanket statements, about socialists and liberal leftists and all this stuff without explaining and educating people how are you really opposed to crony capitalism? Well, then, explain how, yes, you passionately want to revisit 2008 and really have that capitalistic market correction that should have taken place, where these banksters got a jagged-ass crew cut, man. They lost their butts because it was clear as light of day that they deliberately dumped more money on the market than the market could withstand. That's what led up to all these foreclosures, okay? So yeah, you want to punish somebody, you want to penalize somebody, you want to give somebody a jagged crew cut, it's these idiots. But no, go against the will of 90% of the people. We're just going to, oh no, get over that, Alex Jones might say. Just, move along now. It's capitalism now, and but we don't need to revisit that, and we need to talk about the implications of how it would have been where people got to keep their houses. There was no foreclosures. Instead of forgiving the debt of the criminals that caused the problems, deliberately caused the problems, not incompetence, Harvard degree educated people that caused these problems. They knew damn well what they were doing. They knew they'd blow the pipes out of the economy by dumping all that money on people. And I'm telling you, yeah, we need to revisit it. I'm telling you, that's recent history. Recent American history. We need to revisit it in the name of preserving the name of capitalism, true capitalism, in the eyes of all the socialists that are being spawned at the hands of fascist crony capitalism that's led to this wealth disparity, this wealth imbalance. Okay? That's led to the minimum wage just going down and down and down relative to the cost of living going up and up and up. Okay? So don't play stupid, Alex Jones, or anybody else out there. Okay, I know the truth. And I think you're being intellectually dishonest, and that is akin to being a liar. And I have no regard, no respect for liars, and none of them make it to the kingdom of heaven. I don't care how much you call yourself a Christian and say, this is what, but then you act like the politics means more to you than your Christian beliefs. Well, what does Christ say about these things I'm talking about? Why don't we, bring that into your discussion on politics? And what you believe about capitalism, what you believe about socialism. Bring it in. I don't want to let my dog off the leash. I don't want to get too condemning because I'm not the type to throw the baby out with the bathwater. And I have learned boatloads from the Alex Jones show, from Alex Jones. And like I said, he has been a part of inspiring me to speak out. So I'm like his offspring. The reason I get angry is just like a child get angry with their parents. Sometimes it's warranted. And I think it's warranted to point out the inconsistencies in your belief system about economics and politics. You can talk about this, and that's what socialism and capitalism, it's all the same stuff. Do you understand? It is all conflated. It is all the social cohesion, lack of cohesion in our society. What do you think's causing it? What do you think, man? Don't play stupid. I'm tired of people playing stupid. He's a cutting-edge educator with great prominence and great influence upon the masses. And he's got to educate properly, edify the people properly with a Christian point of view, overriding the discussion. What does God think? What's his opinion of this? Is God a socialist, a capitalist? Is God a Democrat or a Republican? Let's talk about that. What do you believe, Alex Jones? Is God a conservative or a liberal? If you call yourself a conservative and you're opposed to a basic income, you're a liar. You're deceived. You're deluded, man. It would save incalculable amounts of tax dollars if you had a basic income. You use a Tobin tax. That money comes out of Wall Street where it's just going in the pockets of fat cat brokers right now. And people just siphoning off a little here with their little, they get a little payback, their dividends and whatnot. They might spend a little bit in their communities here and there. But most of it's just sitting there, dead money. So put it in circulation with a Tobin tax. You can imagine how good it'd be for local communities to have people that couldn't afford to fix their car, and now they can. That they couldn't afford to eat out once in a while, now they can. A basic income. Okay, it's just one way to skin the cat. Yeah, I'd like to see things done gradually, sound economic policies. I'm sorry, that ship has sailed so far. So now it sounds radical. But I'm telling you, it's just an extension of Social Security. Look at that. Look at it, thus saith the Lord. Whose planet is it? Do we not all have an inherent right to share in the earth's goodies? And if not, why not? Explain, please, from a Christian point of view. And what would be the implications of society? Would it break down? Are we all going to get decadent like Alex Jones might suggest and stop serving one another? But where's the evidence? We've been going the opposite way all this time and people still want to serve. You still got plenty of volunteers out there. So back up what you're saying, man. Give me some substance. Qualify it, quantify it, explain, expand. Elaborate. Okay, but no BS. Because your taxes, I'm a fiscal conservative again. I'm a registered Republican. Okay, so I want lower taxes, absolutely. And I know that a basic income would do that. So all that money in your local community, everybody's got more money, and the money starts going up in worth. As people feel more secure, they lower their costs. Landlords feel more secure. Their cost for getting their rentals recarpeted, okay, goes down. Everybody's cost is going down. That's what's supposed to happen under true capitalism. I'm a proponent of true capitalism. Supply and demand, free market, competition, risk, and all those things. Okay? Prosperity, which leads to a rising tide of prosperity that lifts all ships. So yeah, your cause, as crime plummets, we have a kinder, safer, gentler society. And you can say, well, but it sounds so liberal. It sounds so social. Tough. Suck it up. So you can shoot yourself in the foot because it's too liberal, it's too socialist in your mind. So it's stupid, it's too egalitarian and equality now. It's a pejorative. That's how we use it because the New World Order uses the term, even though it has no meaning at all. It's just like me becoming a Jew just because I hate Jews and doing something heinous just to frame it on them. I'm a Jew. Look, this is what Jews do. So don't play stupid. Come on, man. Alex Jones, you're the king of pointing out the truth behind frame-ups and false flags, man. And it's a historical fact. Nobody, the mainstream media plays stupid perpetually. But you're not mainstream media. I don't expect that from you. I expect intellectual honesty, man. And I'm going to hold your feet to the fire just like I would my own